Welcome to Playfully Orange, our conversations about arts and culture here in Central Florida. My guest today is Gareth Edwards. Hello, Gareth.
Hello, hello. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Gareth, I see you are in your gallery there, which you have in the West Oaks Mall. But before we get there, let's find out a little bit about you. Where did you grow up?
Well, mostly I grew up in the Bronx in New York City. Um, of course, a large. It's one of the five boroughs, of course, of New York City. Very rich in culture and diversity, and just a stone's throw from the big lights of Manhattan.
What was your involvement with or connection to the arts as a kid?
Well, I was introduced, to the arts in high school, different types of art, and I always kept that interest. And in fact, I started to develop my own style in sort of a funny way. I had joined a softball team about 15 years ago, and in order to rally during the games, I started to collect and paint and craft large conch shells, and I crafted them into horns, and we used to blow them at the games, and it was great. And I just started to paint more and more, and just got better at it. I started to turn it into works of art.
Great. And I should mention that your gallery is in the West Oaks Mall, so we hear some noise going on in the background.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I could move into an inner room if you need.
So you didn't pursue a career in the arts right out into your early career, though. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. And what brought you back to the arts?
Well, I found painting and creating art very relaxing. I was, a very stressful job. I worked for New York City government, and I was leading application development projects, and it was very stressful. I found that when I got home on my spare time, just painting was just so therapeutic and relaxing. So I continued to do that. And then it was only when I took an early retirement from government that I really started to focus more and had the time to really produce more art and even pursue opening a gallery, which is really a dream of mine.
When you left government, you came to Orlando?
Yeah, I did. Shortly thereafter, I moved to Orlando, and
what brought you here?
I'm sorry?
What brought you to Orlando?
Well, I have family here in Orlando, and so it was just a matter of, and plus, this is a beautiful city. It's a beautiful place. The weather is fantastic. And I find that there's a nice focus on arts and culture. Yeah.
When you came here, did you intend to open a gallery?
I didn't really intend to open a gallery. I was looking for venues to place my art, and looking around at different places, and just getting, I was getting a little frustrated because, of course, no one knew me. I was new to the area. So I started to look into creating my own venue. And then after I did that, realizing that there's so much talent in this area and not really enough venues, I really started to focus on getting other artists, local artists, involved in my gallery, and from all different backgrounds, because that's always been a focus of mine, diversity. So I called my gallery a Perfect Union Art Gallery, celebrating American diversity. Yeah, and
how does that work out? And how did you find your artists?
Oh, well, first, when I first got here, I was involved in the Orlando Museum of Art's First Thursday program. So I would go to the programs. I was able to present there, and I started to meet a lot of the artists, and that's really how I got started in learning about the arts community here in Orlando.
And unfortunately, they don't have that program anymore.
Yeah, they changed it a bit lately, and they have a new platform a program called Platform. I don't know too much about it, but I believe it is for local artists.
Well, when you were deciding to come to Orlando, this beautiful place with good weather and family, what was your thoughts about the arts and cultural scene, or had you spent time here before?
Well, I'd been coming back and forth, but I really was trying to figure out how to really learn more. It was a project to learn more about the arts community, and bit by bit, I started finding different galleries and venues and openings, and I got there. I eventually got there and started to really appreciate the number of galleries that are here, and
Is
yeah.
there an observation you have about the visual art scene here?
Well, I mean, I guess the main thing is that there's so much talent. When I was in the different venues, I would see a tremendous amount of talent in every pocket. There was just talent everywhere, and just there needed to be more places to place that talent. And but it's just remarkable. You know.
Your own art, are we looking at any of it behind you, or that's other people's art?
Yeah, that's other people's art. My art is pretty unique. I actually can hold something up that I created if you want to see it.
You still working with the conch shells?
Oh yeah, I do. I do. I just I created a piece that sold not too long ago that had an environmental conservation theme, and the I named the gallery after my first piece that I created when I moved here. It's called A Perfect Union, Horn of Unity, and that's sitting over there.
Right.
But that's not so easy to move. But and now I really specialize in painting on metal, painting on glass, painting on unusual surfaces, and this is a necklace that I created painting on metal. So I don't know how well you can see that, but the colors are very rich.
Okay. You, in addition to your gallery, A Perfect Union, you have recently become the curator for Fusion Fest's visual arts program. How did you
Yes.
connect with Fusion Fest?
Well, that's a great question. I find that my platform aligns very closely with that of Fusion Fest because my gallery is all about celebrating American diversity, and what we do is we rotate in artists from all different backgrounds, and we place a very high value on diversity. So we try to get artists from all different backgrounds, and we ask them to share their culture through art. And that way, it helps us to learn more about each other. And I see that as a path to a greater unity. So our main mission is to promote a national unity by celebrating diversity.
And how does that connect to Fusion Fest?
Well, I know that Fusion Fest is all about the diversity of cultures and appreciating each other, mutual respect, and I think it aligns very well to my platform and my vision.
And Fusion Fest, in addition to the gallery at its festival in November, has recently gotten a new gallery, the Aspire Gallery, that you're the curator for. Can you tell
Yes.
us about that Aspire
Oh,
Gallery?
the Spire Gallery is an amazingly beautiful gallery in the penthouse overlooking Lake Eola, and like you said, we just had an opening on the 13th, and it was just fabulous. We had a great turnout. The art was just beautiful, and the location and the views. All the guests really had tremendously positive feedback, and it was just a wonderful event and a very special gallery. I encourage everyone to participate in the gallery if you're an artist, and come out and see the artwork, if you are potential investor or guest.
And that gallery is not open generally to the public. So if you want to either be an artist or to attend an opening, you need to register at fusionfest.org/aspire.
Absolutely. Yes.
Gareth, it's been great talking to you today, and thank you for contributing what you are doing here in Central Florida once you've made this your home. Thanks for being here.
The pleasure's all mine, and thank you. Thank you very much for this great opportunity.
And thank you for watching this edition of Playfully Orange.